Hey folks, John Ferguson Smart here. I want to talk about a really important topic, something that one of my former students asked me recently. He's testing this application, which is basically untestable. The UI is horrible. There's no IDs, there's no friendly CSS locators. It's really, really hard for him. And so he asked me this question: should I flag up this with the test manager and log it as a bug? Is it part of my role as a QA to identify badly written code? As well as normal types of bugs? The answer is absolutely. But to explain why, I'm going to tell you a little story about a washing machine. We recently got a new washing machine installed, dishwasher installed, and it's a piece of crap. It opens randomly, it stops in the middle of cycles. I'm not impressed. But the interesting thing is, when we got the service people to come in and troubleshoot it, they were able to diagnose it remotely because it was connected to the Internet of Things. It had a whole lot of features which enabled you to connect to the dishwasher remotely with an application to see what was going on. In other words, testability was built into the application. Testability is a feature, not something that you just tack on afterwards. So this is the same for software. Testability is a feature, and it's a very important feature. It's a non-functional requirement of your application to make your application testable. If you're faced with a crappy, untestable UI, if you can't access data because you've got no APIs to call, or your database is inaccessible or whatever, you've got a problem. Now, there are a few ways you can go about addressing that problem. One is to fix it yourself. Go into the code, raise a pull request, get it fixed. That'll work for topical issues. That'll work for just very punctual issues. But a better way is to pair with the developers and show them how to make the app more testable. Show them how to put attributes. So I use CSS attributes quite a lot to make the locators more stable, for example. There are lots of different ways you can make your application more accessible. It will depend on the nature of your application, what you actually have to do. But if you can pair with your developers and get them to understand what goes into making an application testable, that goes a long way to helping. Because once again, testability is a non-functional requirement in today's software. If you want to get in-sprint testing working, you need to have testable features. An even better approach is, before work starts, have a conversation with the developers. Now, I get this with the teams I coach, I make this a standard part of sprint planning, a conversation about testability and how you will go about testing every feature that you're going to work on. What do you need to do? What do you need to add? What do you need to change in the way your development is going to work? What do you need to change in your design to make it more testable? And what is the simplest and most efficient way to test any feature? Have that conversation. You can save a lot of time. You can end up being able to test even as or before the code is written. So the question that comes up then is, aren't we asking developers to do more work or to work differently to make life easier as a tester? Isn't that weird? Well, no, because you're asking the developers to do extra work or work differently to make testing go more smoothly, more efficiently, to make delivery faster overall. Why would developers do that? Because that's what a team does. They collaborate together to find the fastest way to deliver a solution. They don't just focus on their own work. If your devs are too busy, if your developers are unwilling to do any extra work or work differently to make your code more testable, or to make automation easier, that's a bigger issue, because in that case, you're not working in a team. You're just working with a group of people who are all working on the same project. But if you're not working in a team, then you've got a much bigger issue than a missing ID or a test-friendly locator. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Thanks for listening, folks.